really should get a sign above my door that put above my door that says, "Leave me alone, I'm recording. Enter at your own risk." Welcome back to FrontierCraft, and as you would notice, we are no longer in the Red Rock biome, but we are at our base! Well, we're about 100 meters away from our base. But, we have a supply drop, and I kind of also want to see, Hey and Pua, but today, we're going the wrong way. We're going the wrong way! I wanted to see... We're going to be doing a build today. And instead of speeding up this build, because it's a huge build, I decided to do a Q&A, and I'm blown away. It's only been a day since I uploaded the call for the Q&A, and I have quite a few questions. I'm going to leave it open and probably have this going until the barn is finished. We're building a huge stable, actually. Before we go to the supply... I think we actually need to sleep, because it's getting kind of late. Before we go to the supply drop, let's check in on Hey and Pua. Okay, let's try that jump again. Are they both in the house? They're both in the house, or at least Pua's in the house. There they are. Hi, Hey, hi, Pua. How are you? Let's just wait here till we can sleep. And of course, on par, my throat's gonna start acting up. And of course, Mooney decides to run on his wheel now. I should have oiled that thing a long time ago. I just keep forgetting every time I clean their cage. It's a hassle to get that thing in and out of their cage because it's not big enough to fit through the door, so I need to take the cage apart. So, we got cocoa beans, string, and slime balls, which we'll need, and name tags! We got name tags! We can finally name Hey and Pua! Do we even have a anvil, or do I not have enough iron for that? I'm so excited! I was like, I screamed when that came up on the randomizer. It's just like, yes, finally! We can name some animals. We got 16 name tags, which I figured was a good amount. I didn't want to give us a whole stack of name tags. I felt like that would be overdoing it. I may have actually, now that I'm thinking about it, taken... Oh, I didn't take all my iron. I think I have more iron in the Red Rock biome, because I did some mining, I believe, off-screen. So, let's see how much of this will net us. This will net us an entire anvil. Wait, I need to make iron blocks first. We don't have enough. We're literally short, like... We're short, like, 2. So, well, I'll put 2 name tags here, and to make sure I still have them, and I'll name you guys when we get back. So, stay safe, both of you. I think I'll leave you in the house, just so, like, nothing happens to you. I'll give you a way out. How about this? There we go. Okay, let's head back to the Red Rock Mountain. Thank you, Mooney. Love you. He stopped to look at me. Tinky, if you get away from the rats, I'll take you for another WALK when we're done recording, please. If I say the actual word now, she will want to go now. So I have to spell the word. Kind of like how I have to spell BATH to keep Charlie from running away when it's time for one of those. Let's go. Tink, I promise you I'll take you after we're done recording and probably after lunch. Please. Get away from the ratties. Oh, I gotta show you guys something. Sadly, we've lost something in between episodes. Our baby zombie pigman got out when I was trying to put him further into the wall. So I wrangled another zombie pigman, but it's not a baby, it's an adult. So he's not as cute, but this one just... He disappeared! He disappeared between episodes. What? What? So now I'm gonna have to wrangle another zombie pigman in here between episodes? Seriously? Ugh. But I put him back there and I put glass so they couldn't kill us. Mistakes were made. This seems to be the tagline of most of my series currently. So I'll show you what I've been doing here. I've laid the groundwork for the whole thing and I've captured a good chunk of the horses and donkeys biome. You can see them there, but lag. Here is the groundwork for it. It's I believe this is a T-shaped barn, is what it's called. I'm tempted to go into creative to just show you guys the whole shape of it. So this is going to be a rare thing that'll probably never happen again unless we're doing another big build is. I'm just going to go into creative just to show you guys the layout of the barn. There are 10 stalls in each row and on each side, so there's 20 here, 20 there, and 20 there, so I believe there's 60 stalls in all. And I thought about bringing it out further this way, but I'm not sure. But I think 60 stalls will do it, and if we wanted to, we can still expand this way, further out this way. I motioned with my hands when you guys can't see my hands, so let's land and let's go back into survival. And we can start. Let's just put some stuff away that we don't need at the moment, and let's just go get some weapons and some picks from our base, and I'll start with the questions. First one I have is Swan of Light. I believe that's some kind of emoji face. How did you get into art? Also, when did you get into how did you get into the Warriors fandom? Okay, so how did I get into art? I think I just had friends who were real into art and it just sort of came naturally. I'd always liked to draw, but I would, if you asked me as like a young kid if I liked art in general, I might have said no because I had a horrid art teacher. Like, she wouldn't let us do our own art. If we did something that wasn't like perfect, and keep in mind, we're like 6 or they're like 5, these are like from like 5 to, how old was, to like 5 to 12-year-olds. Especially like the kindergarten through 3rd grade. I don't think you would expect them to be doing stuff on the level of like Picasso, but this woman did. I also didn't like her because she always sat me by myself. And back then, I actually liked being around people, so, why'd you do that? And she wouldn't let us talk at all, and she's like, if you're talking, you're not doing art. And it's like, we are children, we're little children, we're going to talk. And I think that's really, like, it's really bullshit because people can, you know, talk and do art at the same time. People can do more than one thing at the same time, especially kids. People don't give kids enough credit for multitasking abilities, because... Please work. Okay. Is it already, like, time to sleep again? Okay, that took a bit longer to, fall. Like, I had to relog. I'm sorry. So I was talking about like art, like how I got into art. Short answer is I really just had friends who liked art, and we just sort of found a common ground, and I just kept drawing. It's not my family interrupting the recording, it's the game. It's like, this game does not want me to do this. It's night game. And when did I get into Warriors? I got into Warriors the summer before my sophomore year, which was actually my last half a year in public high school, which is a whole nother story that I don't feel comfortable telling anytime soon. So I basically got into it then, and I'm not going to answer how I did because that's another question. So but yeah, it was the summer before my sophomore year of high school, which, like I said, was only half a year technically. Let's grab another question. I'm gonna butcher this username. Nunya Business? I'm sorry. What was your first ever OC? Like, official one? It's not specific, so I think I'll go with some of my favorites, some of my more common, which is basically just Warrior Cats and my, oh wait, no, that's a different question. I thought all these questions through, now I'm just like, my first Warriors OC was, Bright Star, actually. That's why she's so near and dear to my heart, despite being quite Mary Sue-ish. I need one more up there. 3, 4. Okay. But that's why Bright Star is my favorite, despite being quite a bit of a Mary Sue. I need dirt. And some of the earliest OCs I can remember having, one of my first Hetalia OCs, because now I obviously have a huge AU with Hetalia, but I didn't have that then. But it was, I feel so weird even talking about her because I've sort of shoved her into the back of my mind, and I now call it the West Coast AU because I've changed her story. But it's so weird because I've shoved her in the back of my mind because of all the bullying and harassment I got because of her. But she was an OC I made for a Hetalia story called Don't Call Me Alaska, which was just, it's something you can imagine I can imagine my 15-year-old brain coming up with. But it was a Hetalia story that I was writing on my fanfiction.net account. That's one of the main reasons I left fanfiction.net for Archive of Our Own, was this is all the harassment I got on there, which just was not fun, and I didn't want to write. So, and her name was Kate, or Caitlin Jones, and she was the daughter of one of the characters, and just kind of as Mary Sue-ish as you can expect. I've wanted to go back and just sort of rewrite her story more, but I've just been so discouraged, because I really do like her, and a lot of her character just kind of dissolved into other characters, like River in my State Chaos AU, which is what it's going to be referred to from here on out because that's my official name for it. And it's sort of like, okay, I should just leave this AU and character, just put it out to rest, because it's caused me so much grief that it really doesn't feel worth it anymore to even try to even work with it anymore, because I just don't want to deal with that. Even though I'm on a new site now, I just don't feel like trying anymore, if that makes sense, even though I really did like the story at the time, and I've sort of rewrote it, because if someone had come up to me and said, okay, this doesn't make any sense because this plot point doesn't make any sense because of A, B, and C, and they did it politely, I probably would have taken it better, but instead they treated me like I was the most stupid person on earth. So, okay, next question. Enough of my traumatic OC past. Devil Animations asked, what is your least favorite Warrior series and what is your favorite? My least favorite. Oh boy. I want to say this because even though I've never finished this, Power of 3, and here is why. I tried to get through Power of 3. I had finished both the original series and the New Prophecy. And I wanted to get caught up before I started reading A Vision of Shadows. At this point, I think the first 2 books had come out. So I tried reading it. I got past the first 2 books, and then I went to start Outcast, as I believe is the 3rd book in that series. And I just couldn't. I just couldn't get in. I just couldn't read it anymore. I don't know. It's just something about the format of it is weird. And also half the chapters, like, had no real consequence, like, were boring. And I just really found some of the characters annoying. Like, if you weren't Jayfeather, it's a good assumption. I didn't want to read your chapter, even though I do like Hollyleaf, just for the pure fact that she's an interesting character, but she's not an interesting character to read about because her chapters get really repetitive and annoying. So that's pretty much my stance on that series. I'm tempted to put Vision of Shadows there because of how the last couple books in the arc just dragged out. I don't mind filler or character development if it's useful. For example, I recently just read SkyClan and the Stranger manga, and the SkyClan books before they rejoin the clans are mostly slice-of-life filler books, but I don't mind that, because if it's interesting, like, my writing style is I will add in a bunch of details, but I don't really see the point in, like, meandering for a long time. If it's a story beat, then yes, like, I have entire stories that I'm writing on my Archive of Our Own account that are very much, like, I have one that's going to be very long-winded. It's mainly because it's meant to be sort of a slice-of-life story with other plot points melded in, but I don't want a chapter to just drag. I'm not going to write a chapter just for the sake of just filling out the entire story. If I don't have enough for that chapter, then I probably need to put more thought into writing the story that I'm writing. And then I have other books where there really is no filler at all, it's just plot. But that's just my writing style, and it's something I prefer. But Warriors, it doesn't have that sort of character development or world building that I would like to see. Like Moon Kitty, okay, I'm not going to get too far into this because Moon Kitty already has a wonderful video called My Problem with Warrior Cats that you guys should go see, because it pretty much does this exact same thing where the lack of realistic community here, and it's just infuriating for me because we really don't hear cats talk to each other even though they live in the same freaking clan. It's just annoying, and I think Power 3 is when this really started happening. And then everyone talks about how Omen of the Stars is bad, but I think a lot of the problems with Omen of the Stars is because it's bouncing off Power 3, and it was pretty much set up to fail due to that sort of world building that was already there from Power 3. So it was dragged out a lot more than it probably should have, mainly because it was just not really too far planned out, and I'm gonna stop. My favorite series? I don't even know. I of course like the original series because, well, it's the original series. Do I really need a real answer for that one? It's the original series. But if I had to say other than the original series, what did I just do that? I think possibly I am liking the Broken Code, but we're only one book into that, so I can't really say how much I should judge it, because like I said, we're only one book into that series. But so far it's kind of good, and it doesn't have a lot of the problems that other Warrior books have had. But it's also the first book in the series, and from what I can tell, the first books are usually good. The first 3 books, starting with some points, are usually good. And the last 3 sort of meander. Think New Prophecy, even though I hated Midnight. It took me 7 months to finish that book, and the only reason I finished that book is because I was in the hospital. and really had nothing else to do. But think of like that, and then think of the last 3 books where it's sort of like meandering. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And there's a real problem with the Warrior series that the 3rd book sort of ends with the series climax, and they have nothing else to do. I'm trying to think of where. I'm trying not to spoil too much. But the last couple of books just meander because the main climax has already happened. Like, literally reading the last couple books of... My throat is going to stop cooperating. I'm going to have to stop soon. The first couple of books of A Vision of... The last couple of books of Vision of Shadows are pretty much rehashing. I don't know how much of my rant you all missed because I didn't realize my recorder stopped. But I had a really good rant there going about how Warriors books go, and I hope you guys caught it because that was actually quite funny. It was basically boiled down to StarClan, let these dang cats think for themselves. Like, seriously. Maybe actual good plot and things would happen if you didn't just control these cats' lives 24/7. Like... Although I don't see why they even bother, because half the time, the leaders don't listen to what the medicine cats have to say anyway. Okay, every leader, except for, like, Tiger Heartstar, just needs to die. And Tiger Heartstar and Hairstar, because they're still young and they actually seem to have common freaking sense, just need to die. Like, Misty Star or Bramble Star, Leaf Star. Goodbye. Just goodbye. I'm not really sure I want Hawkwing as SkyClan's next leader, but I will take it. Misty Star, you're too dang old. Just croak. Gray Stripe, who is moons younger than you, is in the Elder's Den by now. I don't think Gray Stripe's ever gonna die, but you get my point. And Bramble Star, I've hated you ever since you stopped being a paw and you were asshole Squirrel Flight. If he survives the broken code with how it's currently going, and I'm not going to spoil anything, if he and Misty Star survive, I'm just going to be like, okay, no, errands, you need to learn how to write. Like, if you have a character who has pretty much worn out their welcome, you need to do something else with them. Like, I liked Bramble Star as a paw, but I don't like him as a warrior or leader or deputy, because he's just annoying. Okay, I got way off topic there, so I guess that was just my whole spiel. That Rat Spark asked, what do you use to draw slash animate? I used to use on my computer Fire Alpaca or, I'm blanking. So Fire Alpaca is what I use on my computer, and on my tablet I use, and it's what I use most now, is Ibis Paint X. And I really, really like it. It's convenient. Sometimes it'll crash on you, which is annoying, but it usually saves the process at the point it crashes, so it's not that bad. So, yeah, that's pretty much my spiel on that. I use that in a pen to draw most of the time and animate. Hold on.